Hi, today we're going to talk about rational exponents. So this is section 15.2, day 2. Got a couple of examples where we're going to write with rational exponents. So let's look at one here. Suppose we had 7th root of 5. So the index is 7, the radicand is 5. When we write using a rational exponent, we're going to take the base, 5, and we're going to write with an exponent. The numerator is going to be your exponent. So once you identify the numerator or the exponent, invisible 1, this is your numerator. The index is your denominator. 7. So 5 to the 1/7. Let's do another one, number 2. Index is 4. Radicand x cubed. Base, exponent is the numerator, index is the denominator. Another one. Index is 4, base is 3. Base, 3. Index, or the exponent is 1, that's your numerator. Index is 4, your denominator. Number 4. 5th root of a squared. A, exponent 2 is the numerator, index 5 is the denominator. Number 5. Let's do the square root of 2x. This is to the 5th power. The radicand is in parentheses. Exponent, 5 is the numerator, index is the square, the denominator. Number 6, cube root, 5 x squared. When you don't have parentheses, we're going to break up the 5 and the x squared. 5, exponent is 1, denominator is 3, x, exponent's 2, index is 3, the denominator. So that gives you practice writing with rational exponents. Next thing we need to look at is simplifying. So let's simplify the following problems. Number 7. Suppose we had the 10th root, 25, and this is in parentheses, raised to the 5th power. And we're asked to simplify this. Simplifying this large of an index, sometimes it's easier to write in another form. That other form sometimes we can write in is taking radical to rational. So if we were to transform this, 25, 5, numerator, index 10, denominator, the 5/10 reduces, 1/2, and we can take this back to radical form. 25, numerator is the exponent, 2 is the index, so this is the square root of 25, which is 5. So sometimes we can go from radical to rational form, back to radical, to simplify. Okay, let's look at number 8. In parentheses, suppose we have the square root, 25, x to the 5th, this is squared. First thing on this one I'm going to do is to break this radicand up a little bit. I know that the square root of 25 is 5. X to the 5th, if your index is 2, how many groups can we form out of that? 2 goes into 5 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4, so we have one group left over. So on the outside I'm going to bring out x squared. Left over, I have square root of x. We haven't done anything with the square yet. So now what I'm going to do is break everything inside the parentheses apart, raising it to the second power. So 5 gets squared, x squared gets squared, and the square root of x gets squared. So 5 squared is 25. Multiply the exponents, x to the 4th. Square root of x squared, if it helps, you can write it as rational, as a rational exponent. X, exponent is 1, index is 2. All of that is raised to the second power. 1/2 times 2 is x to the 1st. So 25, x to the 4th times x, add your exponents, 4 plus 1 is 5. So 25, x to the 5th. Okay, let's look at another one. Number 9. In parentheses, let's do the square root of 3x. This is raised to the 6th. Write this using rational exponents. 3x exponent over the index square 2. 6/2 reduces to 3. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Everything inside gets raised to the 3rd. 3 to the 3rd, x to the 3rd. So 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. X to the 3rd. Number 10. Let's do the square root of 25, x to the 3rd. All of this is squared. Write this using rational exponents. So I have 25 x to the 3rd. Exponent is 2. Index is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, so 25x to the 3rd to the first is just 25x to the third. Number 11. Suppose we have the square root of 5x to the fourth, or 5x, square root of 5x, all of that's raised to the fourth. 5x, exponent is 4, index is 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So now we can take everything inside and raise to the second power. 5 squared, x squared. 5 squared is 25, and then x squared. Let's look at one more. Number 12. Let's do the cube root. 8x to the fourth. All of this is squared. All right, rewriting using rational exponents. 8x to the fourth. Exponent is 2. Index is 3. Right, break apart everything inside, raise it to the 2/3 power. 8 raised to the 2/3. X to the fourth raised to the 2/3. Right, 8 to the 2/3. If we take this back to radical form, we have 8. Index is 3. Exponent is 2. So the cube root of 8, if we were to break this up, we could do 2 times 4. Breaking apart the 4, we could do 2 times 2. So we have a group of 2's that we can bring out. Don't forget the square. 2 squared becomes 4. Let's look at x to the fourth times raised to the 2/3 power. Multiplying your exponents, we get x to the 8/3. And what this means is index is 3, exponent is 8. All right. 3 goes into 8. How many groups can we form? 3 goes into 8 2 times. 3 times 2 is 6. 2 groups left. So we bring out x squared, and we have x squared left inside, and the cube root. So if I bring this down, I already have 4 x squareds on the outside, the cube root of x squared. So 4 x squared times the cube root of x squared. If you have any questions, please make sure that you email your teacher so that he or she can help you out. Hope each of you have a great day.